Appreciate you hitting the button. Welcome to the How to Hustle podcast with Hype. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Hype. That's HYMPE. It's Hype. It's not hype. I'm not geeked up.
Feeling where I am from. Feeling where I am from.
Appreciate you hitting the button. Welcome to the How to Hustle podcast with Hype. This is episode 163. You follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Hype. That's HYMPE. It's Hype. It's not hype. I'm not geeked up. Very special guest in the building. Let's start it off by saying thank you, Taya. Pinch hitting for me. Reintroduce yourself to the audience.
This is Taya Moore, aka Just Taya.
Shouts out to my girl Taya. Like I said, pinch hitting. We had a last minute audible situation here. Always comes through for me in the clutch. First of all, let's start off by saying, as of the recording, happy anniversary, Taya. This is gonna come out a little later, but we want to give you those flowers while you can smell them.
Thank you.
So we'll let people know, call it a tease in the business, paid talent like us, you know what I'm saying? We can do that type of thing. We'll let them know why a little bit later. We're congratulating you on that happy anniversary situation. So this week we are going rapid fire on you. Don't think too hard about these. Just give me some good, quick, legitimate answers here. We're gonna start you off with something light, because I know you love Martin. You're a Martin enthusiast like me.
Yes.
What time is Martin coming to kick Cole's ass? Told Cole to wait on his ass whooping because he might be running a little late. But what time is he coming, Ty?
Damn it. Oh.
6:44, man.
Oh, yeah, 6:40. Shit.
He tried to make it 6:43, but he told him, man, I might be running a little late, man. So wait on my ass whooping.
I knew it was 6 o'clock. I just didn't remember exactly.
Where's Martin and Gina at on the stakeout? What was the address of the place that they was on the stakeout at? Hustle man pulls up. You know what I'm saying? He got tulips.
I don't like these joints. Making me sound like a bad Martin fan, and I'm not.
You told me you was locked in, so I went all the way with it for you. You get what I'm saying? This is a future. This is a tease. Oh no, that was 171 South Main Street.
Yeah.
They were supposed to have been at 117 South Main.
I know that episode well. I don't remember that address.
All right, now I got that was just 2 Martin joints for me. Now, give us a movie. You got to recommend any movie. Which movie are you recommending to the audience?
Any movie?
Any movie.
I don't want me to name my favorite movie because everybody
just said, what movie are you recommending? It didn't have to be a favorite. You might need a laugh today.
I'm going to recommend.
You might want to cry today. All right, so copy that.
The Last Dragon. I feel like everybody. I feel like everyone, especially every Black person, should see it at least once.
Since you brought it up, I didn't. Shouts out to the BTG podcast. My guys, Big Dan and Uncle Face was having this conversation about things that are, there's so many rules to us being Black. And Face said, you can't buy Black Air Forces. Do you agree with that?
No.
You don't agree with that one. What about the multi-pack wife beaters? That was another one that they had a discussion on. The multi-pack, you get you a gray, a blue, a black joint.
No.
Or are you supposed to go straight whites on
it? White.
Shouts out to my man Big Dan. We're multi-pack guys.
Y'all wearing blue?
Hey, whatever.
White beaters?
Hey.
No.
Just a beater.
White only. Sorry, I know it's Black History Month, but white only.
Wow, whites only. Black History Month. Niggas, I tell you.
White only pies, like they said on like white only pies.
All right. Now, this is at this point in your life, what's the name of this chapter of your life?
What's the what?
The name of this chapter of your life.
Kick in the door, waving the 4-4.
All you heard was Papa don't
44 in September. So that's it. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4.
Copy that. They did say we had Biggie Fest at the hip hop show.
Yeah, definitely did. R.I.P. to Miss Valletta Wallace, Biggie mom passed away.
Yeah, that was crazy because that's a long time to be still here. It's a big situation. That was what, 30 years ago now? 28?
Almost 30. Almost 30.
Yeah. So that was 28. That was what, 97? Yeah.
97.
Uh okay. When I was a kid, I loved what?
I loved eating cheese by the slice.
You talking American, Swiss? What was yours?
American, yep.
No, okay.
And people would be like, "You was rich. We weren't allowed to eat no cheese as a snack by the slice." I lived with my grandparents. They didn't care.
I'm about to say, I mean, if
No,
niggas was
people
eating
always
cheese,
said they'd be like, "You." They was like, "Y'all must have been rich because we weren't never allowed to just eat no cheese just to be eating it. Like you better been putting it on a sandwich." I'm like, "No."
why I gotta be putting it on a sandwich? If this what I'm eating,
I
this is what
would
I'm
take
eating.
2 slices of cheese, fold it over, and that was my sandwich. But it was a snack. That's what I
Okay,
used.
so you was counting carbs as a youngin. Copy that.
I wasn't counting carbs. I just like cheese. I still like cheese.
Fin-
I don't eat it by the slice like that no more, but I still like cheese.
Finish this for me. I can't wait for
People stop uh, crying about Donald Trump every day.
you use this name. You never do that.
I know.
Uh,
47, my bad. See, look, that's how much people keep saying it. When I go on my timeline, all I see is his name. I look, watch Life Be I don't know if you saw Life Be Life or not, episode 66, when Myron was on there saying 47 is the greatest president of all time. So he's in my head because I literally didn't heard about him for all week long, and that's why I said it by mistake.
oh wow. Since we have coerced you and got you back into the podcasting game, your
Mm.
podcast needs what? I get a notification every Tuesday, so I don't know what was.
I don't know how long it's gonna last.
What does Ty's podcast need?
More promotion from Tired.
You the curator, so you got to get on that then.
I listen. I can't do all this stuff, man. I gonna promote my podcast, my T-shirts, finish the book I'm writing, everything for Podcast Link Philly, everything for Keith, and I still got a job. So listen, I'm trying.
Since since you brought it up, I didn't. Podcast Link Philly. When you hear Podcast Link Philly, what do you think?
Philly support Philly.
You gotta give me. Come on, you gotta give me a little bit more than that now. Is
I
that
mean,
that's it?
that is the basis of Podcast Link Philly. Philly support Philly. We proved that Philly supports Philly. Every bunch of people from Philly linked up. That's why it calls Podcast Link. Um, to put on live shows and events, go on other people's platforms. Yeah, yeah.
What's your favorite thing that we've done so far, as far as the shows?
The hip hop show.
Any specific any specific things stand out to you, or just the show in general?
It just was the vibe, the music, the topics. I'm a big hip hop fan, so that was something I always wanted to do outside of, doing a live show. I always wanted to do something on hip hop. Now I want to do black movies, or black TV. That's a whole another thing, because that's my second and third love. So, yeah, the hip hop show was my favorite. I felt like nobody was nervous. Everybody, had fun. You know what I mean? Like it was fun from beginning to end. Not saying the first show wasn't fun, but there was some nerves because a lot of us, that was our first time doing it. But I feel like the second show, everybody was comfortable. So that's my favorite.
The first one, you don't know what you don't know. So like no matter what it looks like, it's always going to just look weird. It's going to feel weird. Niggas show up late. We had
Right.
Audible on how the Audible live. Nobody did that. But yeah, once you got your feet under you, and now you know what to expect. You know how to react to the crowd, how the crowd gonna react to you. Then it makes it a whole lot easier. Plus, we dragged you on stage for the second one too.
And I feel like I did a better job with the music wise. Like the music was on cue, when it was supposed to. You could hear it.
I mean, that's what happens when you give the DJ the list for songs. You don't want
Yeah,
to
I
name no
know. That's
names.
what I'm saying.
Don't want to name no
That
names.
DJ said he ain't need it. This DJ asked for it. So, it all depends. I think that that's why the second one was my favorite. I feel like I learned some things from the first one, and I just feel like everybody was way more comfortable in the second one.
Why do you think you and Mr. Know It All work well together?
because we're both creative. um, we both have the same passion for podcasting. I mean, even if I wasn't doing it, the passion was always there, even if it's just watching him and Kelly carry my vision out. It still was there. Um, yeah, I mean, we definitely that's definitely why we work well together. That's how we connected in the first place. I went on his show one time because Star kidnapped me, made me go on the show because remember I wasn't podcasting no more. She's like, I'm not asking you to come on the show, I'm telling you. So that's how I got on the show. And then after
Shouts out to Star. That's how I talk to people.
that is how you talk to people. That's how she talks to me. That's how I talk to her too. I be like, what's up with you, girl? What's going on? What's
So
going on here?
my mom always told me if you ask people something, that gives them a chance to give you their opinion. If you
Right.
tell people something, then they do what you want.
Yeah, depending on what it
So
is. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we're not as post Diddy times,
Right.
we're careful with how we doing these things.
And then after that, he was like, "Oh, he's like, do you podcast?" And I was like, "Nah, I don't podcast no more." So he's like, "What do you do now?" And I said, "I'm a social media manager because at the time, I had another client." And then he was like, "Well, I'm gonna call you by the end of the week." Now I didn't believe him. You know what I mean? People say it all the time. But he wound up messaging me and saying, he really wanted to work. I sent him, what I was willing to do for him at what price, and the rest is history.
Copy that. What
Yeah.
would your ex say about you?
What has he said about me?
What would he say about you?
So my ex would say that I made it too easy for him to do what he wanted to do. Cause I never was like clocking his every move or always in his face about something and wanting to know who he was with. And as he said, I never came and dragged him out the bar when he was in there too long. So that's what he would say.
What would your daughter say about you?
My mom used to be controlling.
Copy that. All right. Now this is something new that I'm about to do. This is way lighter. See,
Hmm.
another thing that I know you love, The Wire. Finish the story.
Oh man.
We lose these people in 2008. So now we are, what is that, 17 years later? Uh 17 years later, we know Weber and Chris both had life. What are Weber and Chris doing now? As they reckon together? Did they ever go head up the Barksdales against the Stanfields? Is Avon still up there with them?
Oh,
Is
you saying about
Marlo still
Rudy?
home? Yes, if you're finishing the story. I said you finish the story. What is going on with Chris and Weber?
Well, I don't think Chris and Webe would join just for the fact that, Chris is a Stansfield guy and
Well,
Webe.
no. Remember when we wrapping up the series, they showed them two in jail standing there together like they're talking or whatever. Like they had a rapport there. So we're led to believe at the end of it, like these two is the guys who end up taking the weight for these
I don't
situations.
trust either one of them. I think they might have been talking and didn't realize who was under what crew. So if I wrote it, they would be going at each other to see who gonna run that job between the two of them.
All right, copy that. Now, last one. Hype. You hear my name? What are you thinking? How do you feel? What do you say?
But like what word?
What are you going with? Somebody says, hey man, you know the boy Hype?
Supportive. Supportive. Rocks his own clothes only. Networking. Don't take no for an answer.
No is an option if you don't give it to people.
That's what
All
I
right,
think. I hear you.
copy that. Now, this is a rapid fire, but we're gonna do some get to know in there also. So we kind of know a lot about Taya because we've been here a lot of times with Taya doing these episodes. So now, If somebody wants to get a feel for Taya, what do you think best represents you? Which topic was it that you did on Mr. Know It All or on one of the live shows that we did that you feel like my vision was best put out there?
Florida Evans.
Oh, you're moving on up.
Florida Evans living a soft life. I definitely think that explains my vision more than anything because it's not a usual opinion. You know, most people can't view someone who they feel like was struggling as living a soft life. But in reality, her husband made sure she didn't work and he made sure she didn't have to, you know, I mean, she did worry sometimes, but he would be like, "Oh, don't worry, I got it." And you know, people who watch the show know they never got evicted, they never couldn't eat, they never didn't have clothes, you know, any of those things. So, but they had love, and their kids didn't never even, you know, despite the fact the one thing I always say about this why I say she was living a soft life. You can't imagine if you watch the show how many people came over there that were jealous of the fact that James was in the home. People would be like, "Your dad still live here?" Or they'd come in and be like, "This is a nice crib." You know what I mean? So despite them not having a lot, she did her best to make it a home. He did his best to make it a home. He loved on his wife. He took care of his kids. And to me, that's the soft life. So I think that's
We
the
have a Go
huh?
ahead. Go ahead.
I don't feel like I need a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I want to live in the projects or anything like that, but I just think we live in a world where people's everything is financial. I said the other day, like, it's hard to be a single woman, and I'm not talking about financial because I can pay my own bills. I can make sure I eat every day. But when I got to go to the doctor and hear this news, I ain't got no partner sitting next to me. You know what I'm saying? When I'm celebrating my author, oh, sorry. Well, I'm celebrating my anniversary today. There's nobody saying, "Hey, I'm gonna take you out to celebrate it." So those are the things I think that everybody, especially on podcasts and stuff, overlook all the time when they just keep talking about money.
We got a whole clip up on the podcast link Philly page where we had this discussion at the first live show about the Florida Evans situation, or you can just check out the whole first show. The whole first show is available on the BS3 network right now. You can look under new releases. We're on demand right there. Shouts out to the BS3 network. All right. Um Now, before we wrap this one up, you tell us, what do we need to know? What is it that we need to know, Taya? Now, Taya, we've been here a few times where you've left a few things out of what it is that we need to know. Now, I tell people to get comfortable because my rundown is long. So I want you to know now, take your time, get it all out, let them know what it is that they need to know. And this is sponsored by H2H Cleaning. That's my cleaning company. We do roofing, plumbing, flooring, HVAC, cleanups, cleanouts, remodeling, tree trimming, grass cutting. We can handle it all except the septic tanks. And if you make it worth my while, we'll slide. That is at H2H Cleaning on Instagram only. We are here to help. Just tell us how we can help. Ty, the floor is yours.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, my name is Ty Moore. I'm the owner of Josiah Brand LLC, which is the motto is self care, humility, and transparency through creativity. I'm an author of a book called Fresh Cappuccino Sugar. I also have a 6-week self care workbook journal for men and women called Self Care's Bay before anything else. I am curator, social media manager for Podcast Link Philly and the Mr. Know It All podcast. I'm a book editor of Reality Bites by author Terrell Brown and Improve Your Shooting Percentage in 24 Hours Guaranteed by King Adam McKinney. I have a song. I'm an ASCAP registered songwriter, which means I can legally write songs to be published. My one and only song, my one hit wonder right now, is What's It Going to Be by Michelle C. Lee and Fortune West Productions. I have t-shirt line, author tees, where all the tees are authored by me. This one is Black History Includes Me. Um, that's I partnered with Juggy Designs on that. You see the background. That's my old background, but you see the background. What else? Damn, I'm forgetting something. Oh, I got a podcast that I brought back. Tired Tuesday Thoughts. I'm on episode 7 right now. I gave up podcasting for a while, but Hype and these other people would not allow me to stay retired. Been in radio podcasting for 16 years. I had retired because, quite frankly, I just felt like the game was oversaturated. And I also didn't have people around me that were doing it as well to lean on for support like I do now with Podcast Link Philly. So I think that's it.
All right. So you didn't leave things out this time, as we appreciate that.
I
Now,
did
I
not.
saved this. I specifically skipped something because this was some flowers that I wanted to give you. These are long stem white roses, not even red. All right. I'm plagiarizing this one from you. Now, as you know, Get to Know segment is sponsored by Custom Hustle, something that Taya had on her show. It was the one after the Eagles episode because I didn't listen to that one. I told you I couldn't listen to that trash. But anyway, we will be featuring as Taya features a different shirt. One of her shirts, she features one of the shirts on her show. So we love that idea over here at How to Hustle Podcast. We're going to feature one of the items from Custom Hustle every week when we do that get to know segment. So this week's item will be the Custom Hustle tracksuits, available in all colors. There you go. You see down red right now. You know what I'm saying? But available in all
Not
colors,
the wrong
available,
color though.
huh? What do you
Now,
mean? This was my Chiefs colors for after the
now.
three-peat.
Oh,
I was going down Broad Street in this, like, but nobody gave Mahomes and them the memo. But yes, the
you
custom
gave
hustle
him the memo.
tracksuits available in all colors, okay, all shapes and sizes, from your little kids to your very large brothers or sisters. We don't hate. The money's never personal. But now, like I said, I wanted to give you these flowers. Taya, thank you. I always tell people that I am extremely hard to work with because I don't like excuses. I don't like BS. I don't like no. And like you said, I talk very directly to people because I want what I want. I work well by myself because I know I'm never going to BS me. And then the year and change that we've known each other, you haven't BS me. The thing that I love is if we say something, we mean that. We standing on that. That's what it is. And I don't have to question that. That much I love about you. Please continue to do that.
Thank
Like
you.
you said, you had this in you as far as doing the podcasting because it's what you did and all of that, and you were just not around the right people. I've always said if you're in the wrong, if you sometimes you got to get the fuck out the building, get off the block, get down the street, get around the corner, and move across town because the opportunities are there. The shit's there. If it's in you, don't let nobody dim you because they don't see it. Fuck them. Okay, we
No,
here now.
that's
So
right.
when we sell out Wells Fargo, okay, you remember that this is what we was doing.
Yes.
My girl, Taya, I appreciate you. Thank you. And
Really.
happy anniversary.
Thank you. My book, A Fresh Cappuccino Sugar, is 4 years old. February
Um,
22nd, because it's not going to, yeah, it's going to be past that.
it'll be March, damn near April.
2021, I published my first book, A Fresh Cup of Tea. Oh, you can't see it because I got a different background. A Fresh Cup of Tea, No Sugar. It is a book about my life and all the things I've gone through from childhood to an adult. But I integrated it into a tea process, like making a cup of tea, where you boil the water and you let the water boil. Then you put the tea bag in, and the tea has to brew, and you put whatever you want in it. And I say no sugar because I'm like, I don't need anything added to me once I have decided who I'm going to be. So that's the whole, and it's a triple entendre. My name starts with T. It's the tea process, and I am spilling some tea about myself.
Copy that. Taya, appreciate you coming on. That's episode 163. We are out. I am hype. That's HYMPE. It's hype. It's not hype. I'm not geeked up.